Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're with us here on this Monday morning, starting off another exciting week with the great outdoors of the Florida Panhandle, sharing the good news and all the great things you can do and enjoy it, even though it may be warm. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and the hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. Looking at a high today, they got here at 85, so that's not real hot compared to what we had the last couple of weeks, a low of 75. Water temperature is right there at 87. Our moon phase, our Monday moon phase, we're about in a full moon. Really tonight it's going to look full, but the official full moon will be Wednesday night. Now, there are going to be some good fish being caught, some really good, look at the tide chart. Let's go and talk about the tide. Brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. The high tide is at 7:38 this morning, low at 7:15 tonight. Right at 12 hours a day is 11th. Great tides all week long. I mean, really moving tides. If you're really into bay fishing, doing a lot of inshore fishing, this would really be a good week. If you can get up early and get out there, even later on in the afternoon. But right there in the middle of the day, it's going to be sort of, real steady, not much going on. But once it starts dropping out, getting in the mouth of those channels, and bay fish will be coming out, little crowds will be tumbling around, and big fish will be just have their mouth open, feeding on them. Also, it's a very good time now. We're talking about bridge fishing with these strong tides going out. If you want to catch some of these big bull reds, now this is a good week to do it. Now you got to have some heavy weight to get that weight down there. Really heavy weight to get a live bait, preferably down around those bridge pilings. Those bull reds now will be really strong this week on catching those. That's your tip for the day. Our wind will be coming out of the southwest at about 11. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's look at some pictures. I get entertained myself, reading all the kind of different situations here in the Panhandle about different kinds of animals we have. And this is, right here is what I'm talking about, exactly what I'm talking about. Lisa Kepner. Lisa is sort of a rehabber for animals and all. And we're going to talk about this turtle right here with a cracked shell, okay? So there it is. Okay, you want to see something miraculous. I'm calling this box turtle Mr. Independence. Not just because he was brought to me on July 4th, but because he survived and healed from this traumatic shell injury all by himself. The big cracked piece is completely fused with the rest of the shell and is solid. The smaller piece is problematic though because it's only attached on one side. It sticks out and moves when he walks. I'm trying to decide the best course of action. I'm probably going to have to get at minimum an x-ray and consultation with a vet. I wish I could find a vet here in town that would work with me and not charge me full price. It's very frustrating. Surely there's a vet out there who would take pity on this little turtle. You know how we like the box turtles here. Okay, so what happened? The crack part, obviously, it was run over. Most of the time people try to get out of the way, but a lot of times you just don't see them. So that crack part is healing up, already fused by itself naturally. She just sort of put it back in place. And the piece she's talking about she's going to have trouble with is right there. That still moves when it walks. But isn't it? That's just cool to me. I like that kind of stuff. Thank you, Lisa, for doing that. Okay, move on. I got this email from Tracy Acock. Hey, Winston, just wanted to share a picture of my grandson, Haven Acock, and my husband, Tony Acock. There's a big old grouper for the 4th of July, but they actually doubled up and got one each. I love it. Okay. I don't think they caught them there. That's pros in a great picture right there. Here it is right here. Now that is a great picture. Look how the water was just beautiful during the July 4th weekend, calm and all. That's a wall hanger right there. Just hang that picture on the wall somewhere. Okay, good job. And thank you, Tracy, for sharing that with us. Look at all the joy on his face, both of them. Okay, Jason Keep sent this. Got my first blackfin tuna today. This is cool. You're fishing with his buddy, Nat Harris. We had Nat on the show before. Want to go to Louisiana? Nice catch. They're just going out of their boat and just look at the snapper. They got a lemon snapper and got a tuna right there. That's some good eating. Congratulations, right here locally. Good job, Jason. And Nat Harris, good to see you again. St. Joe Fishing posted this. This is Tommy Davis. We were talking last week on Friday's fishing report about the flounder are in the bay now. And you get in the right place. They caught these now. These were not gigs. These were caught flounder. And a nice sheep head there and a little snapper there. Finally finished up that deck and got the pool installed. Okay, when you're on limited budget, you just have to do the best you can. Tom Gurley sent this one again. This is at the Falling Water State Park. Is that not cool? The fox squirrel. And they, if you ever watch squirrel out in the woods and all, they're quick and all, but how they balance themselves, they got to spread their legs out and just they're able to move around real fast. That's why I used to call some of my students, hey, y'all that's squirrely. My nephew, David Plunkett up there in Dothan, he posted this. I won't read the whole thing to you, but what happened, over the weekend, a mockingbird laid the eggs on the tractor they work with, and then what happened, that Monday morning they came to work at the golf course and had to use the tractor. So David had 3 eggs in it. He moved the nest over here to this box, pretty close where the tractor was. He knew the mockingbirds were watching him, so he came back the next day and he had 2 more eggs in it. So obviously it did not disturb, it didn't disturb the mockingbirds. They were still able to hang in there and lay a couple more eggs. I thought that was cool. Speaking of our buddy, Drew Pollard and his crew, they took a day off over the weekend and we made a great team on and off the clock. So here's it, Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, and here they are right here. That's the crew that works there, and they had a fine catch. I'm not sure which boat they went on, but look at the size of those grouper. Drew, there you go. Hard-working bunch right there. It was great when a work crew takes off and goes on a fishing trip. This is always good. It's just good for the morale of the workers and all. Okay, okay. And we appreciate everything y'all do for the folks. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Each summer I look back on our notes and all and see what we talk about during the summer. And every year I've talked about sharks. I don't want to overdo it, but it's just interesting and a lot of information, a lot of sharks out there. Wendy sent this to me on a Facebook Messenger. She'd seen this. This is not right here in Panama City. This is right our neighbors over in Orange Beach, Alabama. Someone shot this video here, so we're going to roll. There's some sharks. This is right off the beach. You're going to see, first of all, how many they are. Okay, that's a bunch of them, and they're looking for something to eat. Sharks are always looking for something to eat. Look how close they are to the beach. Okay, now here's what's interesting. I was watching them last night. A couple of these, and this is what you got to be careful of. Some of these they sort of split off from the herd, and look at there. They sort of going off on their own, and then one of them following them. Look at that swarm. Look how close they are. These people are in knee-deep water. They're in knee-deep water, and look how close the sharks get to them. You can imagine being out there off the sandbar in that deeper water. And they whirl back around. Look at the school itself. Now, if you're wading out there, wade fishing, you get in a little bit of deep water, you look at there. And these schools, they're all along the coastline. This is, like I said, over in Orange Beach, but these are in the Gulf. And I guarantee you, they do it off Destin, off South Walton, off Panama City Beach, especially off Cape San Blas. Don't go down there. Look at them. Can you believe that many? Wow. Okay, that's about it. You see how close it is. And anyway, I just wanted to. That's spooky to me. I don't wade. Honestly, we talk about it a lot. I don't wade out much anymore that far. If I can't get to them by casting, then I won't get to them at all. I do want to. We're talking about on Friday's fishing. The last 2 Fridays on the fishing report, I've talked about how many tarpon are being caught. And Justin Leake is catching them. He's good at it, and he's catching them right. And he's catching them every day with his clients and a lot of other people, and a lot of private. I mean, just individuals going out catching tarpon. It's just been a tremendous year of tarpon fishing, and it sort of puts a smile on my face because we have such a heritage of tarpon fishing, and it really had died out up until a good while back. But anyway, in the early years, the captains were, believe it or not, I did not know this until I never would have known if I hadn't done the research doing my book. I just had no idea people tarpon fished back in the 20s. But I want to share just a couple of things. This is an ad. I've shown this a while back. This is an ad in the newspaper here. Folks, this is a newspaper right here. This is in 1927, okay? You see right, 1927. I just copied it. I took a picture out of the page of the book last night. The time is approaching for the Silver King tarpon. And then, okay, that's the headliner and then other stuff. And this is just a newspaper ad. Wallace Caswell Jr., and he was some kind of character. He was, I'd do a whole show on him one time, but I just haven't had time. But here is Wallace Caswell right here. I was fortunate to find a picture. He didn't have any family, didn't have any children, and I was able to find this picture of him, and he was something else. But anyway, tarpon fish. And then this page here, Lee Porter, he was the ace guide. I'm going to read it to you. This is 1928. So he's up here in Lynn Haven. Wallace Caswell is down here in Panama City, right where Tarpon Rock Seafood is, and that's where he was fishing out of. Look at this. This is a 175-pound tarpon, 6 feet 7 inches, and the girth was 40 inches. Okay, and the tarpon was caught near Southport and then North Bay. I'm pretty sure I know what hole they caught it off of. I swear I do. It's over there pretty close where the dam is now. And there it is right there. But anyway, what they would do, people coming down from all over the place, and you read the story here, you can go to your book and read it. And these folks here from Birmingham, a lot of Birmingham people. This is the Lynn Haven Hotel, which if you're, it would be if you're going out of Lynn Haven, off to the left about 200 yards where Florida Avenue is, that hotel was sitting there. And the guest, there was really a lot of people coming down fishing and staying in a hotel right there. And actually I got to fish off the wharf, which I call a dock now. It was built in 1919, so in 1920s it was rolling. And a Georgetown University graduate was one of the guys that built that and all. Anyway, I just wanted to give you an input or insight on the heritage of tarpon fishing here. And then what happened after the war, everybody was catching fish to eat. 27, 28, that was right before the Depression, so sport fishing was really good. Then the Depression started coming, people really trying to catch fish, especially after the war, catch fish to consume with their family for food. So tarpon fishing sort of died out all throughout the 60s and 70s, and then started kicking back in the 90s. So I just got to get a kick out, especially now. Justin and those guys are catching right and left, doing a good job. And speaking of fishing, one of the big things I enjoy doing with the outdoor ed class was teaching them how to tie knots. And it was really a lot of fun. They got a kick out of tying knots. They'd never been exposed to how to tie knots and all. And one of my favorite, in fact, my favorite one to teach them was the blood knot. So I got this little video, I got a little 3-minute video I want to show you on how to tie a blood knot. It is just a super strong knot when you're tying 2 lines together. So Jeff, let's run this video right here. Hi folks, today I'm out of my garage. I'm in my little place I call my tackle corner. I got all my junk here. A lot of times I like to come out here and just piddle around and do stuff. I was thinking, I would like to show you all how to tie some knots. I'm just going to do one at a time. We're going to start off today on a blood knot. Now I teach knot tying to my outdoor ed class. We spend about three days on a little knot tying unit. And I've learned over the years the best way to teach knot tying is you don't hold it out in front of you and try to teach somebody because everything's reversed. So I'm going to let the camera come in from behind me, and also you don't use monofilament line or braided line in teaching somebody how to tie a knot. Over the years I've developed this little lesson plan where I just show them in different colors and all, and I really let the kids teach each other too. So today we're going to talk about a blood knot. That's a very important knot in outdoors. That's when you're tying 2 lines together. So let's give it a try. I've got these 2 different colors laying right here on my bench, and what I'm going to do now, the blood knot, hopefully you can see this. And what you want to do is get plenty of to work with and overlap it like this. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I've got the 2 lines laying down. I'm going to get up both lines and I'm going to hold both of them between my thumb and forefinger of my left hand. I'm going to wrap this around 5 times, okay? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to take what I have left, okay, which is called a tag in, that's right there to the right, and bring it right here through this little loop I formed, okay? That's all I'm going to do right there. Now I'm going to do with this other color line, I'm going to wrap it 5 times. I'm going to switch hands, I'm ambidextrous. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this little loop I have right here, where I have it through here, okay, I'm going to bring it back through the same way with the lime colored line. Alright, and then I'm going to just grab the ends, both ends I've taken through there, okay, and then just going to pull it. Start tightening it up, okay. You can watch it, it's really cool to watch it tighten up. A lot of times you have to hold the line though so it won't get too, come all the way out. But see, start tightening up. Okay, so now I'm going to hold it right here. Tighten this end right here. Tighten this end right here. And then it starts pulling together. Okay. And it'll end up just like, look at there. That's a pretty knot in it, okay? That's a blood knot. Now that ain't coming apart, I promise you, okay? Now, I got some scissors over here. I always trim the ends a little bit, okay? And then after you cut it, it's going to end up looking like this right here, okay? Like I say, good and tight and really neat line. And you can just cut up how much tab you want, okay? That's called a blood knot.
Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, young people really enjoy tying knots. It's just something different, and if you get a chance to, I wouldn't, little kids, I don't think they'd be that focused on it, but as you get a little bit older, just tell them the purposes of those knots. And now there are a lot of apps on the phone, all kind of apps you can get on the phone on how to do it. It's really, really good stuff. Okay, let's move along with our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time this morning, 9:37 to 11:37. This evening from 10:09 to 12:09, right after midnight. I have one picture to show you because it's Monday, and this I just was saving this one for our Monday show. So check this out right here. The top picture, the non-fisherman's yard on Monday. Look how beautiful and all the flowers and everything. But a fisherman's yard on Monday, the bottom picture. This speaks volumes. I just cracked up when I saw it. I can see this guy here he's got a push mower. He comes in on Friday afternoon. He tries to get the yard done, but it gets dark and got to get the poles ready and the boat ready for Saturday morning. He just leaves it there. He don't have time to water the grass. But that speaks volumes as far as what's going on with outdoors. But I think y'all can appreciate that. This was cool here. We're talking about all kind of different things that go outdoor. I've mentioned this before. Carrier pigeons and. I've always just been, use the word again, fascinated with carrier pigeons because they just take off and there's a lot of history and even way back in the early days about carrier pigeons taking messages in battles and all that. This one right here, they found this one up in Alabama. It goes on and talks about, I won't read the whole thing, he traveled 4,000 miles from England and Monroe County Animal Shelter asked him for help. And they had a tracking band, so anyway, they tracked them down. Here it is right here. It came from England and ended up in Monroe County, Alabama. So is that not cool? I've had some pictures of carrier pigeons on before, but 4,000 miles, and can you imagine how where do they, when they come, I always wonder when they come across the ocean and all, what they eat and how do they get things to eat and everything. One other picture I wanted to show you, because scallop season is coming up. This is a picture I took. Actually, it's on my memory the other day from 9 years ago. I posted this about we were really trying to get the FWC and all to put a size limit on the scallops and this is how fast they grow. But there's a quarter, and I'd put that actually on Facebook and actually encourage people to just catch up the 2 on the left. If they're that size on those 2 on the left. And those 3 on the right, let them keep growing, and then they can get out old enough to reproduce and all. But I just wanted to share that with you. And we had, in fact, Whitney put together a little device that if it falls through, you know what to do. I had it right here somewhere. But anyway, scallop season's coming up. We're already having it down in Stenhatchee, in that area off Taylor County coastline. and in fact, the whole rest of the state has scallop season. They put ours back to August 16th, and surveys and all showed we needed to do that. But a lot of people, there's so many people now getting them, and if we kept it open like we used to from July 1st to September, they just literally would not be any scallops left. So be aware of that, and we'll talk more about it as we get close to it. And I know there's some groups now with actually planting scallops, have scallop traps out. I don't know if that, I haven't heard a lot about the success of that, if that's helping. I know it's not hurting anything, but I don't know how much of a help it is. A lot of times we have those bad summers, we get a lot of rain and all in the bay systems, and it sort of really hurts the scallop population. Okay, I got several more things, don't have time to get into it. I've enjoyed doing the show today, as I do every day. I always appreciate your loyal viewership, and I just get the emails I get, the texts, the calls, and all. It means a lot to me. And I appreciate Jeff and Gail doing so much hard work behind the scenes, and I have the easy part, just getting up here and running my mouth, which is not hard for me to do. So I want you to just, this summer now, we're right at that halfway mark of the summer being over, so go ahead and make some second half summer plans to really enjoy the Florida Panhandle outdoors, okay? You do something good for your fellow man, enjoy the great outdoors, stay cool, and stay hydrated, and make sure always check on your fellow people too, okay? Have a great day and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.